Thank you for watching. My name is Paul Long, trusted business lender for the South Sound and with Timberland Bank. Today we're going to go over one of the popular forms that you'll fill out when applying for an SBA 7A or SBA 504 loan. This is also known as SBA Form 413, which is the personal financial statement. This form has an expiration date of 3/31/2021. So what you're going to do is put in today's date, which is the date. Then you're going to go down here and fill out your personal information, your name, your business phone, home address, phone number, city, state, zip, and the name of the business that's applying for the SBA loan. One thing I would recommend when filling out this form is to wait to the very end to fill out this section. I would fill out the details, and it makes math a little bit easier when you come back to this section. So we're going to actually start on page 2. Page 2, section 2, notes payable to other banks and others. In this case, we have a student loan and we have, looks like 2 auto loans. If you have any other notes payable to other banks, you can go ahead and add them here. And of course, you can use an additional sheet if needed for this information. But make sure you fill out the original balance, its current loan balance, the monthly payment amount, most of the time it's a monthly payment, and what it's secured by. Under section 3, you're going to have stocks and bonds. In this case, we have a symbol of 30 shares of Timberland Bank, and this would be how you fill out this section. Again, this is not for IRAs or retirement. This is for stocks and bonds that are not retirement related. Section 4, real estate owned, is going to be a very important section. In this case, we have a primary residence. We have the address. An estimated date of purchase, doesn't have to be 100% accurate. The original cost, if you can remember that, if it was a long time ago. Its present market value, the name and address of the mortgage holder, the account number, the mortgage balance to the best of your ability, number of payments per year, which is normally 12, and the status of the mortgage. In this case, and in most cases, it's going to be as agreed. So what that means is, if you are currently late on a mortgage, then you would need to put on there currently 30 days late. There's also, in this case, a rental property. There's the address, the date purchased, the original cost, its market value, its name, address of the mortgage holder, the mortgage account number, mortgage balance, number of payments per year, and as agreed. You'll also notice that there's a primary residence of a second mortgage. So it's going to have the same information here, but you're going to put it over here. Same information, but you're going to have your mortgage balance. In this case, it's going to be a home equity line of credit, which has currently a balance of $25,000, and it's a $50,000 line amount. If it's a home equity installment loan, you're just going to go ahead and put in the number that's on there. If you have any additional real estate here, feel free to use an additional sheet of paper to fill that out. Section 5 is other personal property and other assets. This is where you're going to list maybe any sort of guns, a gun collection, art collection, anything that also has a large amount of value that is not listed on this personal financial statement, and list what it is and its dollar value. If you have any sort of unpaid taxes, this is information that you're going to put in here. Any other liabilities in Section 7, any other sort of debt, maybe you owe a family member certain funds, that would be considered an other liability. Section 8, life insurance held. You're going to see in this case there's 2 life insurance policies, a $50,000 whole life policy that has $2,000 cash value, and you can find that on your statement. And then there's a $75,000 term life policy, and of course term life policies do not have cash value. And then you're going to go ahead and sign and date, print your name, social security number there. Now what you're going to do is go back up to page 1, which is going to make a lot simpler filling out. So in here, you're going to start with cash on hand that you have in banks. Put that dollar amount there. If you have any savings accounts, make sure to break that down into here. Then you're going to go into IRA or other retirement accounts. Make sure to describe this in section 5. So maybe you have a 401k at your employer. Maybe your wife has a 403b. Whatever the case is, add those dollar amounts there and make sure to describe those in section 5. In this case, is accounts and notes receivable on a personal level. So let's say, for example, you acted as the bank for a family member for a $5,000 loan. You'd put in here $5,000 for that loan because it's a note receivable to you personally. Life insurance, again, cash surrender value only. So in this case, there was only $2,000. Stocks and bonds in section 3, you're going to add that up. There was $600 in value in that we did previously. In real estate, you're going to put in its total estimated value of the property. And again, using a website like Zillow is a great resource to do that. You're not going to put in the amount of equity you have. You're going to put in the actual, what you believe to be market value of the property. Automobiles, same thing. Not the equity that you have in the vehicles, but the amount that you believe that is the value of the vehicles you own. And of course, in section 5, include the year, make, and model. Other personal property, we have $10,000. That was from guns and art, etc. Then you're going to add those all up and get $978,600. Over here under liabilities, you're going to have accounts payable. So if you have any other sort of accounts payable on a personal level, accounts payable is not the accounts payable that's on your business, because this is a personal financial statement. If there's any other notes payable to banks or others, you can describe that in section 2 and put that in the overall dollar amount here. If you have any sort of installment debt, in this case it's auto-related, $20,975, and we added up the payments of the 2 loans that we had under section 2, which had $781 as monthly payments. Other installment accounts, $6,700, and we had monthly payments of $250. If there's any loans against life insurance, mortgages on the real estate, add up the debt on each one of the residences and put that in here. And again, make sure to reference section 4. If you have any sort of unpaid taxes, you're going to list that there. Any other liabilities, add it there. And then you're going to add up all of your total liabilities. And then you're going to take your total assets minus total liabilities and get your net worth, which is $338,925 in this case. Then you're going to kind of finish up here with the source of income. Go ahead and put in what your annual salary is jointly if you are married, any sort of net investment income, any real estate income. In this case, there was a rental property, so there's $1,000 a month, so it's $12,000 for the year. Any other income you may receive, maybe Social Security income, pension benefits, anything like that would work. And you're going to have that there. Contingent liabilities. This is an important section, especially for business loans. Maybe you co-signed for a child's student loan. That would be a contingent liability. Maybe you signed as a guarantor on a business loan. And in this case, we're going to say it's a $10,000 line of credit for the business. You're going to put that information here. Do you have any legal claims or judgments? You're going to put that there, provisions for federal income tax or any other special debt where there's a contingent liability. And then make sure to discuss what it is in this section. So in this case, we said $10,000. He was a guarantor on a line of credit for $10,000. So with that being said, you've now filled out the SBA 413 to the best of its ability, and your lender will be very happy. If you have any other questions regarding SBA lending, feel free to reach out to Timberland Bank, www.timberlandbank.com, or myself at www.paultlong.com. Thanks so much for watching, and happy lending.